Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, viewers and listeners, again onto another interesting episode on this program called the Daily Positive Living Principle Program. I am still your regular anchor. I remain Dr. Daniel Otto. Our mandate is to take you to your next level. Our mandate is to provide relevant information. Our mandate is to give you what you need for your next level. And we're happy doing that. So keep listening to the Daily Positive Living Principle Program. I tell you, you cannot remain stagnant. We've started a topic on the most three basic important things you need in this life to succeed. You don't need more than three. I have enumerated that in the last episode. And I tell you, you need to refresh your memory on those episodes. If you have not listened to it, please refer back to it. On the three most important basic things you need in this world to succeed. A three major cord, a three-fold cord cannot easily be broken. Anything that is three, very important. Because 3 is the number of God. And what did we say? Information, number 1. 2, vision. 3, decision. These are the 3 things. Everything you are looking for in this world is embedded into these 3. In this episode, I'm going to be dragging it and stressing it further and taking them one by one so we can get the nitty-gritty of what we're talking about, because it's very, very key. So in this episode, we'll be talking about what makes information the most lucrative industry in this world. I am telling you, what is the power of information? Our people say that information is power. What makes it powerful? This is very key. That is why we are going on this information. Information, like we defined, is the acquisition of facts and figures. It is the acquisition of numbers, data that will take you to another level. Information is an act of a person to be delivered to a recipient in order to explain, in order to inform, in order to verify that the recipient may use that information for particular purposes. That is information. In other words, we are talking about information is the knowledge that is delivered from data which has been transformed, programmed, verified, stored, and to be used for some purposes. That is information. So information is very, very key. That is why if you don't have information, I'm telling you, your life cannot move to the next level. Why is information relevant? What is the relevance of information? What makes information powerful? Why is information chosen? Or why is it the most lucrative entity or venture in the whole world? We need to know. This is very, very important. Information plays a vital role in everything that we do in this world globally. Because without information, your life is like a dead end. Once a man, nothing enters into a man. Once a man does not have communication, once a man is alone, loneliness, and nothing enters into the man, no information, it becomes a dead end. A man becomes a dead end. In fact, what makes a man a living entity is information. Without information procession, acquisition, you are like a non-living thing. What am I talking about? Information makes a man to be alive. What makes you alive in your system is information. Without information, you can imagine when a man is shielded from information entering into the man. That is why I look at the rivers and the oceans. When the ocean have current, the river has current, and so it flows. But if you go to a pond, the pond is stagnant. Nothing flows into it, and so is dead. There is no life that is in a pond. But you have life in rivers and streams because there is a flow. Because current is like information. Once there is information flowing into a thing, that thing becomes lively. Life enters into it. Fishes does not survive in pond. Even the Bible says, out of your belly shall flow rivers of living water. It didn't say pond. Rivers have current. Information flows into it. There is current that flows through rivers. That's what we're talking about. So without information, you are dead. Why is it that even in the brain, when the brain cannot survive without information. The brain cannot survive without oxygen. The brain cannot survive without glucose for 5 minutes. You become a dead man. What are we talking about? That is the power of information. Take, for example, even when you eat heavy meals, sometimes because when you eat heavy meals into your system, into your digestive system, there is a short of flow. Every blood flow is directed into your digestive system. And in that little kind of dip, because blood is withdrawn from the brain, from every vital organs, and get concentrated on your digestive system. For that small time, there is a depression, and then a person might go into what we call postprandial sedation. There is a kind of feeling like you want to sleep, a feeling like you want to feel drowsy. Because there is a little shift of blood, a little shift of glucose that is shifted from the brain to your digestive system. What am I saying? I'm talking about the relevance of information. Even your brain cannot survive 5 minutes out of glucose. That is how life is. If you cannot have information, relevant information into your life, you are like a dead end. So these things are very, very important. So information is key. Every decision making, and effective operation survives on information. Information is important for you to take a decision. My brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, you will recall or you will agree with me that where you are now, if you look back, so many people's lives are full of regrets and had I know. Because what you know now, if you knew it then like 5 years or 10 years, most of you would have not been where you are now. Because many of you would have taken wrong decision in life that has made you stagnant and where you are in a fixed position now. If you knew that information 5 years ago, I am telling you, nobody would have seen your back now. Some of you would have been MD. Some of you would have been in abroad. Some of you would have been a managing director, companies and employers of labor, estate managers by now. But because you lack that information and that thing where you were shielded from that manifestation. Some people have divorced. They are alone now because they didn't know the information they have today. Some treated their husbands badly. Some treated their wives badly. And they were separated. But if they know the information they are getting now, oh my God, they would have still remained married. So many things, if you look into your life, regrets as a result of lack of information. So many people are regretting their life now because they didn't have relevant information that they would have needed. And that is why we are on this channel, because every decision is orchestrated by information. In fact, information reduces the level of doubt about a thing. What makes you doubt so many things before is because you don't have information about it. Every breakthrough in life is because or is predicated on information, because information makes you to have a breakthrough. Take for example, even in medicine, even in outside world, most of the breakthroughs we are having today is because of information. In those days when you have HIV or AIDS, a person will be an outcast because we didn't have enough information on HIV AIDS. But today we have people living with us, people living with HIV AIDS around us, and they are surviving. Even husband and wife, both of them are HIV patients, and they are married and they are giving birth to children. Children are coming out without any positive, without any HIV positivity. What are we saying? Information reduces the level of doubt and uncertainty in our life. That is why information is one of the most lucrative things in this world. Even the coronavirus 2020, what happened? Almost everywhere was like a ghost country. It was as if the world was coming to an end because people were afraid. To touch a person was mad. I was part of the team, the first team that that were recruited in Nigeria with NCDC. I was in the treatment center. I was part of the people, the team lead in treatment center, and it was fearful that time. When I was in the treatment center in Delta State, I was telling you it was fearful to enter into the treatment center because of fear. Why? Because there were few information. We lack relevant information then. Look at what is happening now. Now, coronavirus is living with us. Very soon, it will be like a simple thing, like a cold and catarrh. Because we'll be living with it and we'll be comfortable. That's what we are saying. Because information has increased. Technology has also increased. So that is the power of information. Information reduces doubt. Are you having doubt in any area of your life? Maybe in marriage or in your course, your profession. You need more information. Any area that you are in doubt, what it's telling you is that you need more relevant information. Information causes many people to have missed opportunity. Missed opportunity, an opportunity which you are eligible for, and you missed it either because of one reason or the other, is what is called missed opportunity. So many people have missed the opportunities in life. Some that are supposed to be a manager by now, but because of information. Even because of delayed information, some people have missed their opportunities. Some that were supposed to get employment, their letters of employment came very late because of lack of information. And today, they missed that opportunity. What are we saying? Information, lack of information can make you to miss your opportunity. Information helps business to grow. There's what we call good business information system. So it tells you about profitability, how you relate with your customers. Those things are very, very important. If you don't have good information, even your business cannot grow. This is very, very important. So information is a major contribution to economic growth. The ICT sector, information communication technology sector, it has enabled efficient mechanism for us to grow our business. In fact, most of the softwares that we have, ICT softwares, communication gadgets, networks that we have are packaged for us to be able to expand our business. How you need to move in business. Those are things that we're talking about. So these things are very key for us to have an increased business. If you are not growing in your business, you need more information. There are softwares, there are networks, there are information that you need about customer relationship, quality service delivery that can help you to grow business. These are the things we're talking about. Information has turned the whole world into a global village. In those days, when you need to communicate for 1 hour, in those days, when you need to post a letter from one country to another, it takes about 1 month for these things to go. But now, here we are. Within 1 second, you have reached the whole world. Even traveling all over the country, in one day, you can crisscross and travel into so many countries. But there, in those days, to travel to a country, it will take you weeks to reach. So information has reduced everything into global village. You can be in Nigeria and be talking with Americans. In the same way, you can be talking to people in London as if you are together. This is the power of information. Information has compressed matter into time and space so that every length of time, there is no waiting time anymore, no long waiting time anymore. Why? Because of information. So information has increased our productivity level. It helps every professional workers, even field, so that we can be more effective and be more efficient. In fact, information makes one to be more efficient than being effective because the time, it makes you to be cost effective. So in subsequently, we'll be differentiating between effectiveness and efficiency. People are talking more about efficiency more than effectiveness. And information can make you to be more efficient than even being effective. Information makes you a better manager. It gives you how to manage your people. Information is a platform for innovation. In fact, Information is the one that gives ideas. The world is ruled by ideas, innovations, and concepts. So if no information enters you, my brothers and sisters, you will soon be outdated. You soon be obsolete. If no information is coming to you, where is your creativity coming from? It's out of the things, out of information that you get, that you become a guru and have creative mentality. So this is very, very important. So information promotes globalization. It promotes problem-solving approaches. Most of the problems that you cannot solve, you don't have enough information. That is why you are still living in that problem, and you are still worrying in taking over your life, because you need relevant information. Anytime you have information, I'm telling you, you cannot remain where you are. So what we do? Information provides answers to so many questions. It helps you to form opinions, what we call evidence-based decisions. Informed consent. It produces effective contributions. It produces confident individuals. Once you have information, you are confident. Anywhere you see somebody that has no confidence in him or herself, he needs more information and needs more exposure. It makes you to have inferiority complex. And that is why, even in marriages, the two couples must come together. Their information level must come together. If not, there will be superiority complex and inferiority complex. If there is a wide gap in knowledge, this is what we are talking about. Relevance of information. The difference between the poor and the rich is centered on information. Information acquisition, information utilization, information processing is very, very important. That differentiate between the rich and the poor. What the rich knows to survive in business and be on top, the poor man does not know, and that is where the gap is. What are we talking about? Information is key. Information can take you to a necessary a level where you can begin to. Ignorance is one of the greatest hindrance to man's manifestation. Ignorance is a sponsor of poverty. Statistics have shown that even the underdeveloped countries, the reason why they are underdeveloped is because of lack of information. The difference between the developed countries and the underdeveloped or the developing countries is because the gap in between, there is a wide gap between technological and information know-how. The gap is like heaven and earth. The illiteracy level in underdeveloped countries is so high. But when you come to these days, we have cars made in Japan, cars made in the United States of America, cars made in Germany. But where do you have cars made in Africa? Because of the backward in technology, backward in information system. So when there is lack of information, there is backwardness. Hey, this is what differentiates a man from a woman. This is what makes men men and makes boys boys and make countries develop and make countries underdeveloped. It's information. It's centered on information. If there is anything you need to go for, it's information, because information clears every doubt and makes you have creativity so you can make forward and go forward. So every breakthrough is sponsored by what? By information. And I'd like you to begin to look for information. The worst sickness on earth is ignorance, because ignorance is very costly. People pay you for what they don't know. Even educational system survives on information. Anytime you see, because when your value increases in information, when your value increases in knowledge, brothers and sisters, they will pay you for what they don't know. When your value increases, the only way your value can increase is when you increase in information. When you increase in information, people will look for you, because people will come to pay you for what they don't know. When you go to a medical doctor to seek for medical intervention, you are paying for your medical ignorance, because that doctor knows what you don't know. If you go to a lawyer for consultation, you are paying for your legal ignorance. So when you increase your value in information, also your capacity increases, and they will pay you for what they don't know. Educational system, what differentiates a professional from another is information. People go to medical school to become a doctor. They are subjected to medical information for 7 years and they become a doctor. Others to legal information, 5 years and they become a lawyer. Some for builders and some are architects. It is based on information that differentiates who is who in profession. So anything you need to do, please, my brothers and sisters, you need to focus on information. If there is anything you need to do in life, you should pursue information with every energy, with every iota, with every being in your life, so that you can be stabilized. As I begin to round up this session, evidence result is the end of every argument. Evidence is the end of every argument. A man, an Igbo man, has a friend who is a professor. This Igbo man has evidence in his life. But he was an illiterate man. He doesn't know something. So he went and bought a new car called Pathfinder. So he came to his professor friend and he said, my professor friend, I have bought a car and the name is Pathfinder. The way he even called it, you know that this man is an illiterate man. When he was calling it, the professor friend was laughing at him. He said, my brother, this thing is not a Pathfinder, it's Pathfinder, and was calling it with semantics, with grammar. It became an argument. And what happened? He came into an argument. The illiterate man, the man told him, he said, I have bought a Pathfinder and I've come to celebrate with you. The man was still arguing with him. And then he now said, you take your grammar, me, I take my car. Evidence is the end of every argument. Once you can move on and take relevant information, and you have evidence in your life, it will give you evidence that people cannot argue with. So what are we saying? Stick on to information. And I'd like you to remain on this program, the Daily Positive Living Principle program. And as you listen to it, your life will be moved to another level. Keep on listening to this program and your life will not remain the same again. Stay tuned for another episode. Make your comments and God bless you.